Well, hi everybody, it's Leanne Greff with today's Facebook Live. Every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Central Time on my Facebook page, I do a free class featuring a product or a fun fold or something fun that you can learn from and get inspired by. So let's get my laptop synced up and I can welcome you all. Let me know if you're here, let me know that you're here, where you're from, and we can get started. Okay. Hi, Trina. Good morning, Candy. First one's on this morning. Welcome. Now, this video will be also saved to my YouTube channel as well. So be sure that you're following me on YouTube and on Facebook on my business page. I have two groups, or one group and one page. So I have a Flower Bugs, that's my team, that's our Facebook group that we hang out on and get inspired by. And then I have a customer group called Flower Bugs Stamp and Share, where you can share what you're doing and what you're making. And then my business page where I do my live videos and I promote my business. So there's three different groups and they all have flower bugs on them. Should have been a little more original, but and it can get a little confusing. So hopefully this helps a little bit. Good morning, everybody. Hello and good afternoon to you, Joan. All right, okay, let's get started. A lot to cover. So first we're going to do door prizes. So last week's video featured this really cool card folio. So it fits 2 to 4 cards in there in envelopes, and it's made from 12 by 12 paper, actually cut about 5 7/8 by 12 inches. So on, I believe on my blog last week, I shared this free tutorial that you can print up with the measurements and the cards and everything. So that's at my blog at flowerbug.net. So you can get my free tutorials there. And the winners of the 2 card folios that I'm giving away from last week's video are, I don't see them on yet, but I might have missed them, Della Wagar and Bobette Grover. So congratulations, you two. I hope that you'll enjoy making this. Now, they're not stamped. You have to use your own stamps, but you'll get the directions and everything. So yeah, congratulations. That's for sharing and commenting from last week's video. So the prizes for this week are, for commenting, is a set of resin heart embellishments. I thought maybe I'd get that to you in time for Valentine's Day. So that's for commenting. And for sharing, I have the Scenic Garden stamp set. This is in our current celebration catalog, which is free with, I think your order has to be $250 in order to get this stamp set. So great garden-y lined art stamp set. So share and comment to get in on the prizes for those. Stampin' Up! Just announced a new kit, and this is a wreath kit, a home decor piece, and this is an 8-inch wreath, and you get everything in the kit. It's a complete what they call all-inclusive kit. It starts tomorrow. You can get it tomorrow. The item number is 162360, and it's $13. So it'd be a great little craft to do with your grandkids, your friends, get together and do that at only $13. Now it does require some hot glue, so that is one thing that is different from a lot of our normal kits. So that is called the Wreath of Blooms kit. All right, let's see. The other things I have going on is for online orders over $55. People get a pastel adhesive back sequins from me, along with a free tutorial. So there's 2 sizes in here, smaller and large. There's 2 layers. So this is in the spring catalog. Now starting tomorrow, I'll be giving away the adhesive back milky dots. I love these. They're nice and tiny and fairly flat. So they're gold, navy, I think like Sahara sand and like vanilla or clear. So I'm not sure what colors they're going with, but they seem to match a lot of things. So that's my incentive for orders. Now I do have 2 spots left in my designer paper share from the spring catalog. So this is $34.50 for 95 sheets. So this is my last share of the designer paper for the spring catalog. I don't like to leave people waiting. So you get vellum and specialty paper and brushed metallic and iridescent and glossy and gingham. There's just so much that you'll get in this designer paper share, and it's so nice to have a little bit of everything. So in the catalog. So let me know if you want that. It's actually on my tutorial shop. Oh, I forgot to bring that over. Hold on a second. Looks like I forgot to bring my host code links as well, but I have something even better to share with you. So I am doing my annual clean out, and a lot of times they do an online BOGO, but I decided last year this was such a success that I'm going to do it again. So we're going to do a mystery box offering for you. Now this is kind of my free gift to you for supporting me. It I guess the only benefit for me is to clean out and to maybe put it on my tax report since I'm giving so much away. But I am giving away a priority box filled with product, and this is mostly retired product, and it includes at least three stamp sets in bundles. Some have 2 bundles, some have 1 and 2 stamp sets, sometimes they have 4. At least 1 punch, and 3 to 4 packs of 6x12 or 6x6 designer paper stacks. 2 to 3, most people have 3 ribbons, new ribbons in there, and 2 to 3 embellishments and accessories. So this is, it includes some cards and envelopes, some card boxes. It includes lots of different gems and stones. Plus I added 10 free handmade cards. So this is a value of at least $175 and up to $200. So yeah, and I'm shipping it free. So once you place an online order of $100 minimum, now that's before tax and shipping, using one of these host codes, and this will be on my blog tomorrow, you'll get this box sent to you free. So it is a great deal for you to get a bunch of Stampin' Up! Product. It's really neat if you have somebody to share them with. I know Annette did this last year with her sister, and between the two of them, everything was new. They didn't have any repeats. So that's a really good way to do that, is to share it with somebody. And the neat thing is with your $100 order, you get 1 or 2 celebration items free. So you're going to get double the good deal. So this is while supplies last. I honestly have 20 of them. So yeah, first come, first serve. What I'd ask you to do after tomorrow is to message me to see if there's any left before you place your order. I would not want you to be disappointed. So that's the mystery box. I do this only once a year. So they went last year pretty quick. I think within a few days they were gone. So I do have a few more this year. But yeah, so hopefully you're pleased with that. If you want to take advantage, let me know before you place your order. Today you're good. I'm sure today on Tuesday, and yeah, Tuesday we have plenty. But tomorrow, after Wednesday, Thursday of February 1st and 2nd, why don't you message me? You can email me at lagraph60@gmail.com to ask me, or message me here on Facebook. Okay, a few items that are unavailable. Right now, the Lucky Clover Punch is gone. It is out of stock, unavailable. It's sad for those of you who wanted it and didn't get it right away. I don't know why. They haven't told us why they ran out so fast and why it's unavailable, but it is. The Country Bouquet Heart and Leaves Punch is unavailable until probably almost April. Dainty Delight framed florets and stylish shaped dies are not available for a month or more. Gold distress paper, quatrefoil, tile, embossing folder. Those are some of the items unavailable right now on the inventory supply list. for Stampin' Up! Demonstrators. So yeah, it does happen. It does happen. Sad, but okay. So in the mini catalog, I'm going to be featuring today the Around the Bend bundle. So this caught my eye right away because of the really neat dies and the curvy stamp sets. So on page 76, they always have the bundles in the back as well. So they sometimes show the dies a little bit better on larger on the bundle and save pages toward the back of the catalog. So so be sure when you find something, look on the little fine print. It says page 76, and then you can see that right here. So be sure to use the back of our catalog. This is my favorite pages right here, are the embellishments and that, because I can find them. The page numbers are there, the prices, the item number, and then here's our stamp sets and our dies. So this is your catalog at a glance. Love this. Love this. Yes, Janet, there is a sale just through me. There is a mystery box sale. So every box is different, and it is free with a $100 order. So that is my mystery box sale or offer that I'm giving away to my customers. So you get it free. I even ship it to you free with a $100 purchase using a host code. So that's what you missed, Janet. Okay, all right. So we're going to get started with the Around the Bend bundle. So like I said, this one caught my eye right away. The dies are so fun, and I always put a magnet in my dies so they stay put. I just put it right on that sticky sheet that the dies come on. It's just a magnet from the plumbing and heating area because it goes on vent. It's actually a vent cover. You get big, long pieces of them for big vents, and I just cut them into pieces that fit on here, and they hold my dies in place perfectly. So some people will put the magnet sheet in here and put their dies with the stamp set, which is a great idea. I don't, because some of the dies I want to use separately. So you know, I don't know. It's all up to you how you want to do that. Everybody has a different way to do it, but that's what we're featuring today is the Around the Bend bundle. Okay. All right. So the first card is one we made at my card clubs this in January actually. So this is, you can see it's a little bit different. I flipped one. This is Pear Pizzazz with fresh freesia and a little bit of silver. Now you might be wondering, what is that shimmery paper right there? And that is our fine shimmer paper. And besides the purple or fresh freesia, it has gold, and I believe this is soft succulent. So they're 12 by 12 sheets, and I am actually out. I used every scrap I had to cut out these for Cut Club from the paper. So yeah, it is beautiful, and it's fine. There's no texture to it. It's a fine shimmer. It's smooth. So it's very pretty, really pretty. So that's in the spring catalog. All right, to make this, what I did was in the bottom, this time I'm using, instead of the Dandy Designs, I'm using the Dainty Flowers paper, which is also fresh freesia. My card base is just white. Oh, let me get my little measurements here for you. So the Pear Pizzazz layer and the designer paper layer is the same. It is about 5 inches by 3 3/4. And one of the cards I made the Pear Pizzazz meet the edge of the designer paper, and the other one I didn't. So what do you like? Which I'm just not sure. I almost like this one better because it gives that less distraction from all of it. So I think that's what I'm going to do, is do the up to the edge, little tiny bit of, and I like to spread out my glue a little bit so it doesn't squeeze out once I press this on here. Okay, meet that up. All right, so we are using, what's this pretty silver mesh ribbon, and it's so delicate, just beautiful. So what I did here is I did it two different ways. Well, both of these are the same, but for my club members, they could wrap it around or they could trim it and make it kind of jagged. So first I want to show you the texture on here. Can you see that texture? That is done with the Elegant Eucalyptus pair of dies or embossing folders. So that is, I just wanted a little something behind there. So that's how that is done. And we are going to just, you can just do a few little jagged edges and pull off, oops, I'm missing, pull off some pieces. I wanted it to look even less perfect ends. I didn't want the ends to be perfect. Okay, so then to put this on here, just going to add a little bit of adhesive where my greeting will go. I wanted to bring in the silver of the dragonfly, and that dragonfly is so pretty. So I'm going to save those pieces, and to stamp this, what I like to do for my club gals is to use the Stamparatus so they are comfortable getting a perfect greeting. And when you're doing multiples, it's so much easier to use the Stamparatus. So what you want to do is put your, I save one of my die cut pieces, and these dies, these two layers right here are from the Something Fancy dies. One of my new faves. Okay. Can't remember if I re-inked. I kind of don't think I did. I think I needed to re-ink my ink pad, and I didn't do it, but it's good. It's good. Maybe I did do it. And then when you're done with that, you just simply wipe off your Stamparatus. You're good to go and pass it on to the next person. It's a great thing to do for multiple cards. So we're done with the fresh freesia. Now I'm going to get out the Pear Pizzazz because, let's see, I'm going to do this one right here with the little leaves on it. So there's a couple little leaves in here that I thought were just perfect for accenting the greeting. Isn't that cute? Okay, just gonna clean those off really quick and set that aside, pop this up. Add a couple dimensionals. I seem to have to pop things up on a card. It just doesn't feel right unless there is something popped up to me. It's just something about it. So there we go. So to get this on there, I'm going to use liquid glue because I feel like that holds best with texture. So I'm going to try and center this on the ribbon and straight. Okay, so for the little leaves, you can, it's hard to tell, but I added leaves in Old Olive just to add something else to the card. Now, I have not been watching the comments. I hope I'm not missing any question. It's the embossing folder, Linda, was the Elegant Eucalyptus. That's what I used, if that's the question that you were asking. All right, so just a few little bits of glue, and I'm going to put them between so you notice it even more on the layers. Make sure, because my glue takes a while for that to set when you are putting glue on this shiny ribbon. So I want to make sure that it is in place. Okay, for the inside, that's what we did. And this stamp set has this corner stamp right here. So one thing I learned, excuse me, is when you're inking, because when you're inking like this corner got inked quite a bit by people. So I was telling them to do it this way. Don't even let that corner get on this ink pad. Just don't do it. Just saves you a lot of headache. And just stamp it up in the corner. And that way, when you rock, see how that happens? Because there's nothing over here for support. You don't have any ink. So you don't have to ink it square on your block or your ink pad all the time. Did you know that there are 6 stamp sets in this catalog that are offered in both photopolymer, which is clear, or red rubber, which they call cling. So look really carefully at that. And I believe, let me see if this is one of them. I kind of think it is 35. Yes, it is. So right here, it says C, which is cling, which is red rubber, or P for photopolymer. Photopolymer is the clear. So this is photopolymer right here. So be sure when you're ordering, you look closely at the item numbers that you can choose which one you want. That's really a neat. I'm sure they're experimenting to see what we think about photopolymer versus cling and what we like better. Okay, so now we can put this right on the card and finish up with the beautiful dragonfly trinkets. Wait till you see them. They are, oh my new face, they are so flat. I mean, they are less than about the same as like a pearl. So I did it 2 ways on these cards. I used mini glue dots, which, oh, there they are. Or you can use a dot of glue, and they held both ways. So it does not matter how you put those on. I'm just going to press that on. Then I will just make sure that's not peeking out. I don't like to see the sticky, and sometimes they do get sticky even afterwards. So I think I'll do it right here. There you go. So that's the first card. Isn't that pretty? So hello there could be anything. I'm just going to straighten that out. It's still movable. That glue takes a little bit to dry when it's on all these textures. So just don't want it to dry in the wrong place. Thanks for sharing, Shar. I appreciate that. Okay, that's the first card. And by the way, on my blog, I will have this available as well. This is a free project sheet. It has the products listed on the back and all the measurements and the directions on the front. So on my blog, don't forget to follow me on there at florabug.net so you can take advantage of those free project sheets and see video links and all that. So it's, yeah, I post Monday through Friday, not usually on the weekends. So lots of ideas, lots of sharing. So these are 2 swaps I received from my Stampin' Demonstrator friends using the same bundle. So you can kind of see the different ways to use this die especially. That one has just a partial curve that you can use. See that? So pretty neat dies. I used almost all of them except for, I think, the hearts and these little leaf petals. So yeah. All right, so there's some more inspiration for you. So next we're going to make a pretty card I did for our swap, our team swap. And it's using more of the shimmer paper. This time it's going to use the fine shimmer paper. And this is what I did. This is very delicate, I guess feminine. I think it's well with the pink and the curves and the pretty flowers. So that's what I did with this one. So I'll show you. And I have a hint on cutting out this. Let me show you. I should just leave this out. This die right here. So that die caused me a little bit of trouble the first few times I did it. It didn't want to cut out all these little holes. I thought, oh no, it's going to be one of those troublesome dies. So I ran it back and forth a few times, but you know what the secret was? Is to add a piece of copy paper on top of it. So it doesn't matter whether it's on top of the front or on top of inside, underneath the plate or over the plate, or just so it's one more thin little layer. And then it came out like butter. And I just used my little brush to get all those little dots out. Let's see, how is this on here? There we go. So yeah, it was not as much of a problem as it was the first time when I did when I didn't use extra layers. Okay, so to remake this card, we are going to first, I think we'll put this on here. So my preference is to use glue. Oh, I can see a few of these little dots that I didn't get out that are left hanging. I don't want those in there. Okay, we'll put a little bit, and when you do this, the less is more. Remember, you don't have to get glue everywhere, just a few strategic spots, especially edges. Okay. Hopefully that is straight. Now this piece comes off separately. When you put this on your plate, on your cardstock, your paper, and then your plate, you add this and you get a separate layer. This edge cuts, and then so does the scallop edge. So you do get both when you put them both together at the same time on your plate. Okay, so that's that. All right, so we'll add this. Now what it doesn't have, you'll see in just a moment, I do have to use my paper snips to trim the edge. So I love that little bit of space between them. What I did with this, I just want to make sure I didn't use a whole lot of glue on there, get that burnished. It doesn't have a smooth cutting edge, so I just simply cut it. Well, I want that to be accented and highlighted, so I just cut it off. All right, so then we'll put ribbon on, and this is how I like to do my ribbon. First, I'm going to see how this edge fits. Okay, I see a little bit of edge left over on here, so I'm going to get a paper trimmer out and just trim this up, because I don't like seeing that tiny little edge on there. And sometimes that's hard. Oops, that's the scoring blade. Sometimes that's hard to do a tiny edge, but it should be okay. Then I want it to match up, so I need to take off a little bit of this. So you see me working on the fly. Oh, a little piece of advice. If you have our paper trimmer or any paper trimmer with a groove like this, take a piece of cardstock or paper and run it in here. Now I just did this the other day and I got a ton of little fuzz. This dulls your blade. So be sure you do that if you have a track like this. Just get that fuzz from paper out of there so you don't have that dulling your blade. Hopefully I didn't cut off too much. I'm a good one for winging it. Just make it work. Yep, that looks pretty good. Okay, so what I like to do with ribbon is to put my tape runner along the edge. And this one got a little outside the edge, so I'm just going to fold that over. This is our Seal Plus, which is my favorite of the two seals because it releases with little strips of adhesive, and it's very nice and strong, but I can still remove it. If I glue this on with here, if I don't press and let it sit a long time, I can still remove it. So that way I can just fold that ribbon to the back, and then I can add more. Okay, and we can add to our, and I might just try this one and leave a little white edge on the top. I debated when I made the cards if I wanted that edge or not. I'm going to try it this time. Okay, so oh, guess what? I don't have the white piece right here. I forgot to get that. Well, you get the gist. I mean, I have it over there in my stash, but I'm just going to wing it for now. Basically, what you want to do, and I'm also missing my little dot, and I just cut it out, my round circle for the flower. Well, and it was in here. Oh, I see it. So what I like, it's so tiny, I'm gonna lose it. What I like to do with that is use a mini dimensional, but I didn't bring my minis over here. So we'll just make a mini, put that on the back of it, and pop that up. And of course I got a little kitty here at the same time. So these leaves are also cut out from that fine shimmer paper. So you get the gist, and then inside I just added a few more leaves in the corners and flowers. So yeah, that's, I don't need to finish the card because I'll have to wait and get my other piece over there. So that's that card, and there are the dimensions. Okay, we'll leave that there. And on to the next one. Now this one is a fun fold. So this one I think is really pretty. And it uses just a few stamps on here, from here, but that pretty die again. I'll show you a new way to use that die. So here is this card. So what do you think? Sometimes I think mostly white cards are so elegant and yeah, just really pretty. So it's a latch card, a tri-fold. So this comes out, and there you go. So, and to get that back in, you just kind of bend the card a little bit, and it holds that flat. It's a tri-fold. And I stamped the envelope with this little dotted image to match. So what a pretty card, right? So the measurements are here. So I'll show you. I've got lots of little pieces. All right. Okay, so I did do this ahead of time. Now this is 5.5 wide by 11. So it does take most, you have just a 3-inch piece of cardstock, but it's a nice size piece. I don't usually like to make a lot of these kind of cards, like for a swap or a class, because you're wasting a 3-inch by 11-inch piece of paper. But that's easy to use on other projects. So it's not really a no for me, but maybe not making a lot of them. Okay, once again, I did have to use an extra piece of copy paper when I cut this out. It just made it so this came out so beautifully. It was not a problem. So what I'm doing here is putting this underneath it so it highlights those dots. Isn't that pretty? Let me get that out of here. Okay, so hang with me. You know, before I make a card, although I don't have a lot of choice because this is the only one I prepped, was I like to do my insides. I like to stamp what I need to before I start gluing, because I always say, well, you can use the other side. In this case, I really can't. I can't use the other side, but we'll show you what I'm doing. So I'd like to get that away from the ink, because this is dark evening evergreen ink. And this is one of the stamps in the kit. And I thought this was so pretty, I wanted to try it. Okay, move that away. I'm going to stamp right in the center here, a nice little curve. Might not have got to the edge on that one. I can use a marker and finish that off. Okay, then the leaves. Oh, and I did not, yes, did I bring my soft succulent ink? Oh, yes, I did. Okay, then I'm going to take the same little leaves that I used on the first card and create like a vine. So I'm going to move all this way. Always stamp on a flat surface. Don't have anything of layers underneath you. So I'm just going to add these leaves here and there. And you can see with the photopolymer, you can see right through here where I'm stamping. Okay, let's try the other one. This is Soft Succulent. The first layer was Evening Evergreen. And I like to have a variety, so not all the same. But they're looking a little bit the same, aren't they? We'll get this up here. And this one down here. Did a better job over there. Okay. All right, so there's my little vine. All right, then we'll stamp that thanks greeting. I need a lot of thank you cards, and I'm going to use the Evening Evergreen. I like that. Just want to say thanks. Okay. All right, then I could stamp these leaves again. Oh, definitely want to use the edge. Oh, that's in the wrong color. I'm going to clean that. I want to use Soft Succulent. I want a little bit lighter color. So I'll bring Soft Succulent back in. I've cleaned my stamp, and then I will use it and not stamp where I can get that corner in my ink. Okay, I can see. Okay, oh, I bet I did what I did not want to do. We'll see. I didn't want that too low. I wanted to stamp more off the edge because I didn't want it to peek through. We'll see how I did. Make sure I don't have any ink on there. And so I'm going to stamp a little higher on this one, off the paper a little bit. It doesn't really matter. It still gives the corner. I should have done that with that one too. That was my plan. Then I forgot. I know, it is really beautiful, isn't it, GM? Yes, it's very pretty card. Okay, so what I want to do is put that up there. This is my layer of Evening Evergreen. And a little bit along the edge, and then a few, ooh, that's way too much. Get rid of some of that. Just a few little bits here and there. Just don't want too much so it squeezes out. And then I'm going to kind of push this up into the edge of the card, and then so it's right up to the edge, and then press this down. I can see that it might be off just a little bit, so I'm going to scoot it. I saw a little bit of weight or extra weight on this side. Okay, all right, now this layer goes on next. Just a little bit, you don't want it to squeeze out. Less is more with this glue. Then you can place this just as low as you want it. Okay, I'm just hoping. Yeah, I'm gonna have a little peek over here. I could have placed that lower, so I didn't. I'm gonna give a little more of an edge of this evergreen just to see if I can hide that stamping that I did a little bit too low. Okay, it's close. I almost got it covered. All right, so then to finish this up, oh, I'm gonna first stamp. Get my evergreen out. That You Are a Blessing on the curve is so pretty. Let me just close this so you can see the card better. Okay. All right. I want to make sure I don't have any fuzzes. I have to look up to the light to make sure I don't have any fuzzes on my stamp. And the nice thing about a curvy image is you don't have to be straight. It does not matter that it's not perfectly straight. Okay, that's all the stamping we're going to do. This was the image that I used for the an envelope. So I just stamped it multiple times without re-inking on some, so it filled in better. So that's that. Now to get this, the daisy, what I like to do is attach these things first. So just a little adhesive on the edge of the flower. let that sit. We're going to need another half dimensional for this flower center. So you hanging in with me yet? Thank you for those who are hanging in and watching it all. I do have my kits to go ready that I'll be sharing with you in a little bit. So they're really pretty. Wait till you see. Now these little flowers tend to leave the holes filled. So you have to, when you die cut them out, you do have to poke those little tiny details out with a poker, or a toothpick is actually my favorite way. So we're just going to get rid of some of those. Okay. All right. Well, look at what I did. I cut out the flower in Blushing Bride instead of Petal Pink. So I'm going to save that and not glue it on. But I will show you, oh gosh. I had Blushing Bride on the other card, so I got confused. I'm going to trim off that little stem, add a little tiny bit of glue to connect these flowers right there. I don't like to see the stem inside those little holes. So then, so that Blushing Bride flower will be for something else. I will save it. I won't throw it away. Okay. I don't like to pick up small little gluey things, but I will. Now I didn't leave myself as much room on this one, so this is going to go onto the dots. Now if, and I'll just do that, I'll just kind of show you what I would do here to catch this. So I would slide this, oh, you know what, where's my little, I need to keep that so I don't glue on here. So I'd slide this up till the dimensional hit it and then put it down. That way you're not too far on. You can even lower it a little bit, but I wanted both the leaf and the petals to catch that. So it's not just one element, it's two. So it makes it double solid. So once you do that, and then of course you're going to add a few other little leaves as well here. But like I said, my flower is the wrong color, so I have to wait a little bit. But I'll glue that onto that nice big one. Probably aim it like that one so the leaves are not next to each other. Anyway, you get the gist, right? That's how this card would be finished. Okay, all right, so what do you think of this trifold? You could do this with any. It could be a straight card. It does not have to be a curvy card to have this latch fold. So that is the measurements for this card if you want to make one. Yeah, I could put it on because the flowers are different shades. You're right, but it still kind of bothers me. I'm such a matchy-matchy. Stampin' Up! Makes you a matchy-matchy person, I think. I think that once you get, I call myself and some of my friends Stampin' Up! Snobs, because I only use Stampin' Up! Cardstock because it is the best and it matches everything. So yeah, that is one of my favorite things, and that's, oh, I forgot the other piece, and I forgot to bring it over. So the whole card is on a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, just to give another layer to that. And it actually worked better for the measurements because I did use the full 11-inch, so I couldn't, and it's 4 by 4 just to make measurements easy. So it didn't make a full card, so I added an extra card base underneath, but I forgot to bring it. It's over on my desk. So yeah, about matchy-matchy. Getting the matching cardstock and ink is the best thing about Stampin' Up! In my opinion. I think that we've got it down. It's one of the best things. It's my favorite. It's the reason I joined, because I used to be just a scrapbooker. That's how I started in crafting. And then I got into card making because of a Stampin' Up! Party that I went to. And once I saw the matchiness of Stampin' Up!, I was hooked because I struggled. I was at Hobby Lobby and Joann's and couldn't find matching things, and everything didn't match. I was all about all that pattern paper on my scrapbooks, and I tell you the truth, they were awful. I really didn't like going back and looking at them. Had to change up some of my old ones just to keep my daughter and I happy, because I got better as I went along, which we all do. But anyway, I did want to mention that if you are a matchy person, Stampin' Up! Has the best as far as colors and quality. And yeah, so, and there's a possibility we are due for a color refresh. So there's a possibility this year we're going to lose some of our colors when the new catalog comes out in um, April for demonstrators and May for other people. We may be losing some colors and getting some new colors or some old favorites back. So that's why it's really good, important to, if you like a deal, get the starter kit, because then you can get all your new colors at a discount instead of paying full price. So joining as a demonstrator right now is super, super cool. You do not have to meet your $300 minimums until the end of June, and everything you order until then counts. So it's a really good time to join. Okay, so this time for one of my kits to go, these are some of the products that you get in it, but I featured the Enjoy the Journey paper. So I always feature, it seems like most times, a designer paper, and this time it was the Enjoy the Journey. I knew it would make beautiful scenic cards. Those are a couple of them. You get a share of these products as well as half a pack of the Enjoy the Journey, and this is a fun fold card. There's 3 or 4 fun fold cards in here. I thought it really made the most of the designer paper to use that. And then we have a oh, I'm drawing a blank on the name of this card fold. I just can't remember, but isn't that beautiful? So that's one. Here's the other one. I showed you how to use multiples of your designer paper. And then here's the last one, using the sailboat punch and the diorama dies. So these are the 5 cards that you get in the card kit, and it's at my shop at flowerbugshop.com. It's not there yet. Bay window, thank you. I appreciate that. Bay window card. I've seen some people where they do a die cut through both of these layers to reveal the inside. So I'm going to try that sometime too. But these are the 10 cards that you get in the kit. You do also get 10 envelopes. You get a share of the black matte gems and the twine in the kit. It's $20 in product, pre-cut cards, free tutorial, all for $28 plus shipping, plus your envelopes. So that is one of my card kits this month. The other one, I decided to go with the Texture Chic Memories and More cards. So I'll show you those. They turned out very pretty. If you like the antique gold, delicate, I don't know what I want to say, girly maybe. Those are the envelopes that you get in the kit, and these are the 10 cards. Now this is a no stamping kit. This is a perfect kit to take on a trip, take camping, give to a person. They only need adhesives. Actually, they do need a little bit of a paper trimmer or a scissors. So you could get by with a scissors or paper snips, but these are the 10 cards, and of course you get the tutorial as well. So that is the Texture Chic card Memories and More cards and envelopes kit, and they will be on my tutorial shop by tomorrow. So you can get in on that. They are, I should be able to get as many as I need for this kit. So I don't think they are while supplies last, but you do have to opt in by around the 19th of each month. Now there's also an option to get one of my kits and be a subscriber. So my subscribers this month will receive this one. So this is for my subscribers. My subscribers get a bonus product or gift every few months in their package. So they get a little bonus just for subscribing every month. And I always give them a choice. So if they decide, oh, I don't like this one, I want the Texture Chic one, you know, they have a choice because they're similar in price. So that's what my subscribers get. So if you're interested, the first kit is called Enjoy the Journey, I believe, is this one. Enjoy the Journey. This one is the Texture Chic. So they will be on my blog. This one I already have the tutorial written. This one I'm just starting. So I'll get that done today. It'll likely be on my blog February 1st, tomorrow. Or not blog, shop. So this is my shop where you can get my tutorials, my glue stands, my kits, that kind of thing. So I think that's it. So let me know, or if you're interested in the big mystery box, $50 or $100, $175 in product for just a $100 order. You get that free with a $100 order. So that is, I'm trying to look for my sheet that explains it. Here it is. So if you just joined me, this is the mystery box information. So once you place a $100 order before tax and shipping using one of my host codes, you will get a big box of supplies shipped to you free. So I ship it free. And plus you get celebration on that. So if you like a good deal and you haven't stocked up on a lot of things in the last year, this doesn't include many of the holiday catalog items. It's mostly last year's spring and some annual catalog items in these mystery boxes. But everyone is different. I don't know what's in them. They're all sealed. So I just yes, if you subscribe to my kits, Ruby, you do get a choice. I email my gals before I order, and then you can choose which kit you want. And a lot of them say, I want both. So that's totally up to you. But yeah, my subscribers always get a choice of kits. And then if they say, I don't want one this month, they just tell me and we skip it. So you're totally, it's almost like Paper Pumpkin. You're totally in charge of your kits. For my kits to go, these right here. So yeah, you get a choice on them. Okay. All right. I think that's it for today. Thanks so much for joining me. I appreciate it. And I'll see you next Tuesday, 11 a.m. Central Time, every week for a free class. Okay. Bye-bye.